This is information about the St. Michael's University School Experiential program. This is a unique program offered to grade 10 students. For the first 2 terms of the year, the participants have a regular St. Michael's University School academic schedule and are able to partake in all that the school has to offer in all areas. For the 3rd term, the students will be taken out of their regular classes for the remainder of the year, while still being granted for the credits for those classes, and will continue on only in the provincially examinable classes, which are English, math, and science, as well as doing some music and some language so that they're able to participate in the school concerts and continue on with their Language 11. During the 3rd term of the school year, the students are exposed to a variety of activities that provide them hands-on learning experiences with supportive guidance from their teachers and different community leaders, with the overarching theme to develop an awareness of self, self in others, and self in the environment. This experiential course incorporates academics, arts, leadership, outdoor education, environmental ethics, and service, using the model of doing, so having some kind of experience, being guided through reflection so students are able to learn and extract all value from that experience, in order to apply their learning about themselves into different situations. So, in this video, I will be talking about each of the elements of the experiential program in a bit of detail. The first part of the program is the orientation day. We go and do a zip lining park and high ropes course so that students get an experience where they're challenging themselves, pushing themselves out of their comfort zone, and really learning what it feels like to be challenged and to be nervous and to be pushing yourself while in a safe environment. We reflect on these experiences afterwards through a debrief, and the next day we work on our influence with others. So while the first day is predominantly learning about yourself in challenging situations, the second day is a focus on service. So how can we help our community and be of service to others? We have a day of community service in the environmental area and humanitarian area, and we work together. And finally, through our environmental service, we talk about the impact that we have on the environment and what we can do to appreciate it at all times, whether we're in an urban setting or out in the wilderness, and how to decrease our impact on the environment. Through these 2 orientation days, the team cohesiveness increases amazingly, and students who have had classes together throughout the year suddenly become a very, very tight-knit group who have had some pretty incredible experiences together. The first main component on the wilderness side is our winter camping trip, which follows the 2 orientation days. We go to Strathcona Park, which is on Vancouver Island, and we do 5 days of winter camping. Part of the experience is learning about self-care, outdoor skills like avalanche safety and avalanche skills, environmental concepts, so how to make sure we don't leave any trace while we're out in the environment, leadership skills, first aid training, and teamwork through and through. The amazing thing about the winter camping experience is the immediate feedback that the winter gives you. So you don't need to wait to find out whether you're not doing something right, because you'll very soon be cold and find out if you haven't followed the instructions very well. This is a very rewarding experience. It's challenging physically and some mental challenges as well, because we're out in the cold. But the feeling of accomplishment when students come back is really rewarding and makes it all worthwhile. When we get back to school after the winter camping trip, we have a few weeks where we focus on our academic time. English, math, and science are provincially examinable. Because we have eliminated all of the other classes out of the timetable, we have enough hours, if not a few more, to focus on these provincially examinable courses. We also make sure that we have our students working with their language teachers and our music teachers to keep up those areas of passion for students. In the afternoon, we have from 1 o'clock until 3:15 to focus on all sorts of different experiences and different skills and interest areas that involve hands-on learning that students might not usually have an experience with, and I'll talk about that in a second. With the academics, whether many students ask about being in Math 10 or if they've accelerated, some grade 10 students are in Math 11. That's totally fine. We can accommodate that. So far, it hasn't worked for students to be in grade 11 sciences. Those courses are a little bit more comprehensive, and being outside of the regular class setting is not as conducive to the advanced sciences or AP classes. So the afternoon blocks that I referred to, these are 2 hours in the afternoon that students get to try things like survival skills. So being out with a very, very knowledgeable instructor, learning about tracking, learning how to make fire with a bow drill, learning what plants are edible, what skills are needed to be able to survive comfortably in the wilderness. Also living skills, cooking using, we have a wonderful chef who works with the students at a local professional kitchen, and she teaches the students all sorts of different cooking skills using local vegetarian and organic ingredients. We have students doing construction and fine woodworking, bike repair, organic gardening. In the area of art, we have students working with ceramics, painting, photography, working with a rock band, which is a pretty unique opportunity, and world drumming. So students wouldn't be doing all of these things. They would be choosing which one of them interests them the most, and then they would have these choices, and they'd have a whole week of a couple hours every afternoon focusing on this area of interest. Service. Service is a fundamental piece of the experiential program. We believe that it's important for our leaders to have an awareness of being able to serve others and what's needed in the community and what's needed in the world. Our students have 3 full days of service, and then 1 week where from 1 o'clock until 3 o'clock they're out in the community doing service work in small